Boy, there's sure a lot of bats in here. Well, welcome back, everybody. I guess it gives it atmosphere. Or batty little atmosphere. I tried. I wish I could, like, hook a lead onto these guys and tie them down or name tag them or something. I was trying to get a lead so I could tie them down so they'd stay in one spot, but you can't do that. I guess they're not really animals. They're more like atmosphere, I think. Although, yeah, well, you kill them, you don't gain XP or anything. Oh, okay, welcome back, everybody. So we are going to start work over here on the little stairway going down. So I think I'm going to do there. Let's get rid of this and this. And there. Okay. So this is going to be a transition area. So you'll come into here and it's going to have a little like transition hallway here. Kind of going from the slime area to this area and or down to this area. So here, let's do I have any? Oh, is that polished? No, not polished. Got some cobbled. Lots of cobbled, but no polished. Well, I guess we'll just make some polished. So we'll put some polished here. Let's do... Let's just grab that. I don't really, probably really don't need it, but... There. Okay, that seals that off. I'm going to put that there. So we kind of get a transition area. And I think... let's pull this up. And I'm actually going to pull these up. And the one use for deep slate I have. There. Kind of sets it off as a different room. Like that, yeah. That works out. Oh, don't need this. And then we'll just stick that there. Oh, actually, no, let's do... Get rid of this. There. I have to figure out what kind of ceiling I want. That kind of means I need to pull... I think this ceiling is going to be done right there. And then we'll just run a beam across. Probably to match up with that beam. Yeah, that would work. So we have this room here, and then we need to go down the stairs. So we'll just... Oops, there's a block. Oh, there's another block here. So we can just run down this way. There. And then do up. There. And then... So we're going to want to do, yeah, this, like that maybe. Yeah, and then run this across here. Oh, nope. Let's do this there. Keep the stone. There. Like that. I dug it up and put it right back in the same spot. Let's just randomly throw blocks everywhere. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, there. Let me pick up these extras. I think I've got, there's another extra there. Okay, so now we need to come down. What's that? Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay. Let's go like, is that ever even visible? So let's do cobblestone here. I'm just going with a completely different look, since it is like a transition stairway. So it doesn't look like the slime area up above, and it doesn't look like the red hallway down there. We'll just do 2 more rows of tiled here. And then the cobble. It's nice to be able to use cobble without looking too bad. I always try and use cobble if I can. It's really difficult to get it into a decent build though, because cobble tends to look a little primitive, like starter base primitive. You start with cobblestone. And then you got all these fancy, smoother, blocks and bricks and tiles and that kind of stuff. So the cobble usually ends up being the last man out. So if I can use it, I try and use it. There. There we go. That makes a nice little hallway there. Plenty of light. I think I need, let's get, I don't know what kind of logs those were, those stripped. Do I have any stripped? I don't have any stripped in here, so I'm not quite sure. I think those are spruce, maybe. Let's see, F3. If I do F3, it's a spruce log. Over on the right, you can see it says in blue and yellow, it says targeted block. It's always nice having the better F3. So I do have spruce, so I think I will just maintain the spruce. Like that. That means I need to dig this out though. If I do that one there, where is my, I made a whole bunch of scaffolding, oh, there we go. Yeah, I had to make a whole bunch of scaffolding for the other project. Because that tower was taller than I thought. Okay, that's good there. Okay. And then, now I need to figure out what I want to do on the roof. Or the Sega ceiling, it's not a roof. Or maybe, I do have some birch. If I do, oh, I need, if I'm going to do this, I was thinking I need to cover up that wood there. But really, what you really need to do is fill in. the blocks. That, and then I can take my slabs like that. There, that lights it up. Yeah, I like it. It doesn't match anything else around here, so that's what I was kind of going for. Well, it's something unique. So we have a unique hallway here, which kind of tells you that it's no longer this. You get into here, it's like, oh, this is a bit different. And then you can go over here down the little forested trail here. I did not think these trees would grow. I thought the ceiling was too low, but little did I know that it would grow. Ooh, I'm rhyming. And then we'll go back this way. So now we're going down to here. And we're into this hallway. Now you come down the stairs here and it looks a little awkward to me. Having this nice arch going over there. So I think what I want to do is carry this arch across. So we have another tiny little entryway here. That means I need to tear up the wall. So this wall here. Oh, ouch. Oh, how do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. Good thing I've got lots of extra scaffolding. And I can just leave the scaffolding here. It's not going to cause any problems. So let's see if I do. Oh, let's. There. Well, that kept some of the light. So I think it's going to turn this into this. And then there. Like that. So then we have an entryway here. So another transition entry. And it does kind of separate it so this isn't part of the hallway. It's an extension of the hallway. But you kind of get the idea when you hit this area that you're going through into a different area. Even though the hallway is going to look similar to this, like at least the floor is going to look like this in the hallway, because I do like this red pattern going I just like the idea of it going all the way down there. And then the walls, I still think I want to stick with this. I actually like the way this looks with the polished and with all the polished walls in there. It looks kind of, I think it looks kind of nice. I don't know if it actually does. The roof is a little too busy for me, so I'm going to do something else. But I think that is going to be it for today. A bit shorter, but I don't want to get started on this in this episode because it's going to take a while. And I'm actually probably going to do a lot of, at least, carve out the floor and the walls. So I think the walls need to be, the walls are going to need to be out one more so I can put up the walls. So I'm going to need to carve out the two sides to make this wider, and then carve out the floor and put the flooring in. But I think I'll do that in the next episode. maybe pop a time lapse at the beginning of the episode showing me doing all the work. But we go down through here. There's not much else, you know, of note down here, because it's all, this is all just hallway, going all the way down here. I mean, you get down here, you get into scary stuff. Actually, I don't even remember where this goes to. Oh, it just goes into a wall. Okay. I don't remember what I carved all this out for. I know I used to have those, I had a warden down here. But I think I got rid of all those little screamers. Or walled them up, so we should be good on all these counts. Oh yeah, there's a mine shaft here. I forgot all about that. Yeah, so I took out the little screamer things, so I'm not going to be getting a warden in here anytime again, because that was a pain. Yeah, and I got this big mine shaft. We've not explored the mine shaft at all. So we may have to do that at some point. But there's really nothing here, so I'll have to think of some kind of room to put here. And then we got and maybe down at the halfway point where that widens out, I may do a room there or I may not. How's that for... I'm very decisive on that. We're going to do one or we're not going to do something. Oh yeah, and this, I was going to carve that hallway over there. It was going to be over here, but it's not anymore. So, but this is all just going to be hallway, so this is going to be a very boring build going through here. So this is all time-lapse material until we get over to here. So we'll have stairway. We have this water area, which I may convert into a pool or something. Because I think I like... Yeah, I think I like to convert this over. Yeah, and it goes into the mine shaft again. So probably have a water pool kind of an area here. Maybe carve this out a little taller. It goes up really high. So if I carve all this out, I could get a really high arch here. And then, you know, nothing else through here until we get over all the way over here. And this is, yeah, this is where the other spawner is. So I'll have to carve this spawn room out. This one's spiders. So it's going to be similar to the other one we had. Yeah, I bet I can just carve it as it is and stay at this level. Carve this wall out here. You know, so I carve big, take the wall, you know, the walls out, extend everything, put the big sphere around this, and then put in, you know, put in the big, just like we did before with the sphere and the walls. We'll have a shaft going all the way up with the tower on top, which means I need to do some resource that's not nice. Do some resource gathering. But that does end today's episode. So I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great day. As you see, I've got quite a bit more to go. So it may be a couple years before we get everything done here. You know the way I go. My pace sometimes is not... I'm not speedy with this one. So, but it's... life is the journey, not the destination. So they say. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.